Nostra Chavez and Isaiah Carter.
Bro.
Isaiah Carter, yeah.
Why are we doing this already, dude? Oh.
Gets the people going.
Yeah. And given what we saw last night and what I'm personally dealing with, I needed it. It feels good to laugh. Good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special broadcast of Apostate Radio. Isaiah Carter coming to you once again live from the County of Kings, the People's Republic of Brooklyn. My guy, Nostra Chavez, coming to you from somewhere.
Parts unknown.
Parts unknown. Yeah. Apparently they have apparently they have such great pizza where he's from, where he lives, that they call it a Pete's.
A Pete's.
Right.
That's right. So we don't eat pizza over here. We eat a Pete's. And tomato pies.
Tomato pies. Because
one day you'll try it. One day you'll try it, Isaiah.
I'm down to do so. I mean, listen. When it comes to pizza, if we're gonna, one of the biggest reasons why I hated Bill de Blasio, why I hate him still with a passion, is because that fucking guy ate a New York style slice of pizza with a knife and fork.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll never forget, nor will I forgive that bastard for doing that. But that ain't why y'all are here. I want to thank you all for joining us. It is an impromptu Apostate Radio episode. We are going to talk about the joint session speech, where basically the Democrat Party became every bit the Communist Party that we have all sat and that we've all been saying they would become. They are completely devoid of humanity. Completely devoid of humanity. But before I get to that, I want to talk. I do want to just give a special shout out to my now dearly departed friend, my big brother in many ways, Mr. Charles Edward Malone Jr. He was a friend of. It doesn't even feel right to call him a friend. He was one of my. He was our very first friend that we knew when we moved over to Northeast Baltimore, Maryland in 1992. My parents had bought a house over there and moved me and my four brothers over there, and he was one of the very first kids in our new neighborhood that welcomed us with open arms. Over the years, this man became a brother to us. We literally grew up together. I was 10 years old and he was 12 when he came into our lives, and we loved him. He was our brother. My parents referred to him as their neighbor son. And he had been sick for the part of several years. He after his parents had his own parents had passed away several years ago, and we went from being like his neighbor family to actually being his family, and found out that he had been sick for many years. He'd been sick for many years, and found out that he had unfortunately passed away last week, after a very long illness, a very long bout with diabetes. And he, like I said, he was in our lives for about 33 years. So this show, and matter of fact, the next, I would say next week, this Sunday show will be dedicated in his memory. Charles, we love you. The Carter family will not be the same, will never be the same without you. We thank you for your time in our lives, and I'm gonna miss you, dude. I'm gonna miss you, but overall, I am very much thankful that you're no longer suffering, because you had been suffering for a while. And so we dedicate this show to you, and may your memory be forever blessed. I will truly, truly miss you, man.
My condolences, Isaiah. Rest in peace, Charles. You sound like a great man. You seem very loved. And may God, rest your soul and show you peace after so much suffering, man.
Yeah.
Condolences to you and your family, Isaiah.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. So we're going to get into the other reason why we're here. I'm going to just be honest with you. The one thing that has kept me, I like, it's one thing to know evil exists. One thing to know that narcissists exist. It's one thing to know that that one political party has become so unhinged and so disconnected from reality that it seems almost comical. It seems almost like it seems like you're watching cartoon villains at work. But last night I watched the joint session of President together, the president, and the speech was interesting, but it was also a very an eye experience into just what the Democrat Party have become. And we're going to be sharing some tidbits of this speech with you. Nos, what were some of your thoughts?
Well, it was it was pretty embarrassing from the Democrats coming out with Al Green over there making a scene, then with their stupid paddles and pink shirts, and
yeah, we're going to talk about all that.
And it was so that was something that was we'll talk about all that and get into it, but that was pretty, I think it's kind of embarrassing. I don't think anybody, even like CNN, was like, I watched CNN afterwards, and I don't think they were really particularly happy about it, but like proud of what happened. I think they seemed dejected a little bit afterwards, which goes to show you, I think that Trump's speech was effective and the Democrats didn't make themselves look very good. And we'll talk about all the people they didn't applaud for later on. As for Trump, I think he's you know, he actually, I thought he gave a really good speech, really entertaining speech. It was a lot of trash talk in the beginning, but I thought it was merited personally. I know some people think it's not presidential, and you know, he's supposed to be unifying people, and I think for the most part that's true. He should do that. But yesterday, I think it does bear repeating some of the crazy stuff that the Democrats have been doing for years, and people should be reminded of that. It should be like, you know, especially his line with, you know, they said that we needed for closing the border. He said they said that we needed new legislation to close the borders and, you know, keep the migrants out. And he goes, it turns out all we needed was a new president. And it's like, that was a cold line, man. And that was like, you know, that was true. And like, I think the Democrats, that was like a real punch to the gut to like the Democrats, anybody that supports them, because it's like, he just did it. He did it in like a week or something, right? Like a week or two. I forget which week he did the executive order, but now it's like, I don't know how many people were coming in a day, like 100 people or something like that, sneaking over, some small number when it used to be thousands of people, millions a year. And, you know, it's like, that's all it took. So it's like, what are you talking about? And never mind I'm glad he brought up all the gender stuff, because that's absolutely crazy. I don't get people who don't understand that that's so crazy and so irresponsible to be doing with children and women's sports, women's private places. Like you understand that there's some men who are perverted, some men who are narcissists, some men who will take advantage of these things. And you know that there's physical differences between men and women, males and females, big differences. So why do you act like it's okay if they just say that they're a woman? It's like, and why do you think it's good to teach little children this stuff? It's like, these are things that are common sense. Like, it's like 80% at least of the country agree with, and they still will. The Democrats will still, you know, they'll still die on that hill. They still will die on that hill. So many of them. It's crazy. But well, let's get into it. That's my initial reaction.
So that's it. We're pretty close in alignment with that. But this was like, yesterday was probably one of the worst possible days for the Democrats. That like this was,
yeah.
I want to start from the beginning of the day, okay, where there was a video that was going around of U.S. senators. They were talking about how, you know, Trump was, it's the infamous shit that ain't true video. Let me see if I can find one of them that's singular. Okay. And again, this we're doing this today. This is on the fly. We're doing this right before actually I got to go to work. So I'm looking for this stuff right now. This is
yeah, it's
I want to see the video. This video, hold on.
I was just listening to the Elon Musk episode with Rogan last night, and he was saying like how one of the things he mentioned, I'm only halfway through it. He mentioned that, like, you know how they had that story about how like Trump is firing air traffic controllers, and he said that's not true at all. He said like we didn't fire a single air traffic controller, and instead, in fact, we're trying to hire more. So somebody's lying.
You say that one more time, please.
So yeah, Elon was telling Rogan in his last episode he made like a week ago with him, that, you know, the media was saying that there's stories out saying that Doge is firing air traffic controllers or recommending firing. Yeah, because Doge, I don't think Doge can fire anybody. It's like they recommend. Apparently, as Elon described it, he said they recommend it to like whatever the department is. Like, all right, we recommend you fire these people, get rid of these people, cancel these contracts, whatever, and then they do it, you know, or don't. So it's not like Elon has like ultimate power to just like tell everybody what to do when they have to do it. Even Trump said that like sometimes he won't do things that he says to do. But anyways, he said that they accused him of recommending that they fire all, you know, air traffic controllers, and that was a lie, and that they actually did. And he said that was a lie, and he said in fact we're trying to hire some. He said we didn't fire a single one. So I don't know, like either Elon's lying or they're lying, you know, either the media's lying. And I'm gonna bet the media was lying, because the media's lied to me quite a bit in the last several years. So,
oh, he said that.
yeah.
Wow.
No. Yes, yeah. Elon told Rogan that the media said that and lied about him. He said they didn't fire anybody, and they're trying to hire more. He said they fired a bunch of really good white air traffic controllers because they needed less white people. Apparently, that's what he said.
Like, to lie like that is just, it's depraved. There's
a lot
no
of lying going on, man.
There's no need. There's no need to lie so much. Okay. We know why they aren't hiring. We know why the Biden administration, I'm going to say this, the Biden administration was every bit the most racist administration that I've ever seen in my life. They were racist towards whites, racist towards blacks, racist towards Asians, racist towards everybody. Like, I have never seen such a blatantly racist administration.
No, that's all true.
With so much hatred, like just scattershot all over the place. They only really, and the reason why that is because they thought they were so enlightened that it wasn't enough to be just simply black, Asian, Hispanic, gay, whatever. You had to be politically black. You had to be politically Asian. You had to be politically gay. Or, well, matter of fact, they don't even call it gay. Because remember, up until about I would say years ago, whenever they mention anything regarding gay or lesbian or whatever, it has been LGBTQ.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it's always been that. It's been that dehumanizing, the all-encompassing LGBTQ and then LGBTQIA plus minus division symbol. Like, it's been all of that stuff.
Yeah, lumping people together who aren't they're not the same people. It's not the same groups. They're not the same community. They're totally different communities, actually.
Right, and they were doing that.
If they're even communities at all, like there's gay people who are conservative. There's trans people who don't want trans people getting taught, kids being taught gender stuff. Like there's you name it. It goes just like every other group of people. There's differences between the group of people. It's cultural differences, political differences, and the Democrats like to think of everybody as a monolith. In their races, and then it's and that's what they do with the LGBTQ. It's like it's not even a thing, honestly. Lesbians don't, as far as I understand, lesbians don't necessarily hang out with the gay community too much. Gay men don't hang out with lesbians so much. I mean, of course, I'm sure there's some people who are friends and intermingle sometimes, but it's not like they all hang out together in a big party.
Exactly.
And same thing with trans people. And I don't even know does anybody know what queer means?
Queer is a political identity.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Queer is a political identity. Queer means, and queer is basically weaponized oppositional defiant disorder. Because queer, I'm dead serious. I'm totally fucking serious.
That's interesting.
Queer is,
I know what that means.
Queer is a political, queer is a political identity that goes directly against whatever is considered the norm, societal and political norms. Okay, so if you wonder why, queer, like a queer, like somebody who identifies as queer, like their hair is colored purple, because they're going directly against natural hair color. No one has a septum ring, but yet queer, most people who identify as queer have the septum piercing or other like ridiculous piercings.
It's one way to get a personality.
It's what it is. I mean, but and that's like, you got to read like Judith Butler and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
I want to start with how the day began when it came to the Democrats. I'm going to go through this as quickly as possible. This is Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Oh, great.
one of our the senior senator from the state of New York. This is a video that was put out sometime Tuesday morning. Watch.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
That ain't true. That's what you just heard. Since day one of Donald Trump's presidency, prices are not down, they're up. Inflation is getting worse, not better. The prices of groceries, gas, housing, eggs, of essentials.
Watch
it's not
very
getting
closely,
better, it's
people.
getting worse. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has done nothing. Goose eggs to lower prices for you. Instead, he's pardoned violent criminals who savagely beat police officers on January 6th.
This is all they
have. He's letting Elon Musk take a chainsaw to vital government programs and then, even worse, giving him access to Americans' most sensitive data. Social security numbers, tax returns, healthcare, thousands of essential workers, people who help our veterans get their benefits, people fighting Ebola in Africa so it doesn't come here. He's frozen funding for vital programs that so many American families need. Cancer research, education funding, payments to family farmers, and so much worse. Why are they doing this? Trump, Musk, Doge are taking these vital services away from you for one reason only, so they can give tax breaks to their billionaires club. Their plan is awful, simply awful. Billionaires win, families lose. And that is the truth.
What the hell is he talking about, man? That was a lot of nonsense, man.
It was a lot of nonsense.
He's stealing everybody's sensitive data to give tax breaks to billionaires. Is that what he said, basically? Like, and there's
yeah, that's basically exactly what he said.
How does that work? How does that work? Why do they need to do that to give tax breaks? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Oh, I get it. Because this is what you call projection. It's projection. We're talking about a political party who, for most of, like I said, the last 4 years, they've been the ones giving billions of dollars in just flat, like outright money to all sorts of programs across the world,
NGOs, and
different NGO, nonprofit, and whatever abomination a nonprofit wanted to participate in through USAID. Democrats were literally handing over our tax dollars over fist. We are $36 trillion. We have a $36 trillion deficit with interest payments of $1.2 trillion because of the actions of the Democrat Party and parties, and I'll just go there, and Unipart and the rest of the Uniparty, because USAID has been around for many years. Okay. But the spending exploded during the Biden administration. And why do you think that is, right? Like, the Biden administration was headed, like the president of the United States, from up until January 20th of 2025 was a goddamned vegetable. He was a vegetable. This man is a dementia patient who barely knew what day it was, much less whatever policy he signed, whatever things that he signed.
What are you talking about, man? The media and all the Democrat leadership said he's sharp as a tack. He's never been sharper. So what do you? I don't understand. Either you're lying or they're lying.
Yeah, and I know I'm not lying, but I tell you this: I was lied to. I was lied to. Yeah. But it gets worse. Okay?
I just want to say one thing, Isaiah, before you continue. Like, what is? I love you notice they're trying to, what do you say? He ain't doing shit or something like that. Is that the line? Like, they're trying to be
that
cool.
Ain't true.
Shit that ain't true. That's right. Yeah. Shit that ain't true. Like Chuck Schumer's old fucking lame ass trying to be cool. Shit ain't true. It's like
right.
How
you know, like with the tiny mic,
throwing Hail Marys up in the air to see what stick. Cornballs.
So then, yeah, someone else joined in on the fun.
Oh, great.
Okay. The other senator from the state of New York, Kirsten Gillibrand, who I personally
I will immediately bring.
I personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like her probably a little bit. I probably have. I like her a lot less than I do Schumer. Okay, they're both horrible people. Kirsten Gillibrand and Chuck Schumer are two of the worst senators, two of the most power-hungry politicians that I've ever seen. But then they come out with this, but then Kirsten Gillibrand comes out with this video.
I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
Not true. That's what you just saw. Prices of groceries, gas, housing, eggs, all have gone up. They're getting more expensive every day, and Donald Trump has done absolutely nothing to get those costs down. Instead, he spent his time pardoning violent criminals who attacked our police officers at the Capitol, resulting in death. He's let his buddy, Elon Musk, take a literal chainsaw to funding the government spends on you. He's literally cutting every aspect of federal spending that protects you. Money, for example, for our firefighters, the FAA, which is what keeps the flying public safe. He's also creepily...
Mind you,
right? The balls of them talking about firefighters when they let Palisades burn down.
Exactly.
Democrats let that happen. Democrat mayor, Democrat governor, Democrat deep blue state, progressive state, and they let that happen.
Yeah.
The balls.
But somehow Republicans are to blame. This has been the pattern. This has been the pattern over the last several years, folks. Democrats will completely destroy whatever blue state, whatever state, whatever city, whatever municipality they've been in charge in. And then what they will do is they will blame Republicans. They will externalize blame. They will externalize blame to Republicans at every chance they get. Okay? This is why, honestly, and I'm going to say this is why black folk have been voting Democrat for 60 plus years. The vast majority of black people have voted Democrat for literally double the amount of time. I'm 42 years old. These people have been we have been voting Democrat since the 1960s. Okay? Like almost exclusively. And the reason why that is because, again, Democrats will completely destroy the places where we live. They'll allow for the degradation of culture. They'll allow for socio-political degradation. They'll fuck up the schools. They'll tell people that, they'll do all of these things, completely degrade the quality of life, and then turn right around and blame Republicans. Meanwhile, like I said, the Republicans have not held a majority here in the state of New York in years. It's been at least a decade since the last time Republicans held a majority in the state assembly in Albany. Again, you can check me on that. It's been at least a decade. It might even be it might even be 15 years.
When's the last time New York's had a Republican mayor? Was it Giuliani or?
Giuliani was the last Republican. No, Bloomberg was the last Republican mayor.
Yeah,
he was. But remember, he changed. Blue Republican
kind of.
He was because he went over to being an independent and whatever.
But Giuliani came to New York.
Yeah, he did.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and he took down the mob too before as a prosecutor or DA or whatever, something like that. Some kind of
and that's been the pattern. It's like Democrats will come in and completely wreck shit for a generation. Yep. And then you get one or two Republicans that come in and clean up their fucking mess. And then as soon as we get a little comfortable as voters, what happens? We just go right back to voting these same fucking people right back in office over and over again. And it honestly seems like Republicans were okay with that arrangement. It almost seems like both parties were okay with that arrangement. But that's not but that's not the point. the fact is, if you notice, folks, this is part of a pattern. Okay? This is part of a pattern. And matter of fact, let me go back to this. This is all part of a pattern. So right now I'm on the Senate Democrats' X page. Kirsten Gillibrand. So here's Senator Ed Markey from Massachusetts, which is probably the Oregon of the East Coast, let's be honest.
Jeez.
Or really, no. I would say this. Really, no. Massachusetts is the Washington state of the East Coast. I think that's going to be
violent criminals.
So hold on.
When I win, I
Here we
will
go.
immediately bring prices down starting on immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
Wicked false. That's what you just heard. Since day one of Donald Trump's presidency, prices are up and not down. Inflation is getting worse, not better. The price of groceries, gasoline,
Christ, it's been a month, guys.
essentials are getting even more expensive. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has done nothing to lower costs for you. Instead, he pardoned violent criminals who savagely beat police officers on January 6th.
Are you
He's
are you
allowing
noticing
Elon
the
Musk to
pattern
take
yet?
Yeah, it's a
liberal
template. We got a video
vital
template here.
government program.
Video template. Yeah.
That's funny, man.
So then Senator Andy Kim, U.S. Senator from New Jersey. Here he goes.
Bring prices down starting on day one.
That ain't true. That's what you just heard. Since day one, Donald Trump has been surrounding himself with millionaires and billionaires, calling for a golden age for them. But what about the American people? What is he doing to try to lower costs for families? He's doing nothing. In fact, he's actually making things worse. He's proposing tariffs all around the world that are raising prices for our groceries, for energy costs. And he's got his buddy Elon Musk now causing havoc across our government and proposing $880 billion in cuts for Medicaid. That's going to hurt people with
So he mixed it up a little
our
bit.
seniors, people struggling with the opioid crisis, others that rely upon Medicaid to be able to live. And that's who he's cutting resources from. And to what end? It's because he's trying to give trillions of dollars of tax cuts to the millions and the
Fuck off.
Yeah,
But
I think
if
that's
you
enough of that,
noticed,
Isaiah.
there's
They
a
got-
pattern.
Yeah, there's a pattern. I can't
There's
believe
a
they're still
pattern.
going. They're still going with the January 6th stuff too. I mean, they've already been beating that horse. They beat that horse to for years.
Yeah.
I mean, since it happened, like every day, I feel like CNN mentioned it every single day.
Yeah.
And that was NBC. So it's like, why do they think it's going to work now? Like they're still trying to work that. Pardoning January 6th. It's like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up, man. Enough. Who did
Right.
Biden pardon? And Biden pardoned somebody with who had fucking child porn on his computer. You know,
Exactly.
like I mean, he pardoned a lot. I think he pardoned like a murderer, at least one murderer dude. Like he's pardoned a bunch of people, and it's like, look at what he did. Do you guys ever look at what he does? I mean, and also it's like, Trump's been in office for like a month, and then you're talking about he's not helping the working class, middle class, whatever. It's like, what the hell did Biden do for 4 years? Like, how did he get this far? What is he doing? We got to try something different. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, was everything great under? Like, wasn't inflation under Biden? There wasn't any inflation. Things weren't too expensive under Biden.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I mean, I get it. I get it because what you got to understand, and I wanted to show some of these individually because to hear
There's a lot more of those too, right? How many more?
Yeah,
of
there's
those were there?
23. It's like 23 or 24, something like that. Where
Clownish.
like you have 20-some senators, 20-some Democrat senators who are all saying the same things or something similar. Okay. They're all going back to January 6th. Again, fucking grow up. Grow up. I am tired of hearing about January 6th. Tired of it.
Everybody
People were
is.
tired of January 6th a year after it.
Mm-hmm.
You made a spectacle of it.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats hired a producer, a professional producer with I think it was with ABC News. You hired a producer to put together all of the clips that you wanted to show for maximum impact.
Mm-hmm.
You beat January 6th into people's heads for years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, for months. You've never gotten over it. You've
Well,
never gotten over
they
it.
thought
And
that was their golden ticket
And right, y'all thought this was going to be the golden ticket.
to get rid of Trump for good.
And
Yep.
it worked on me. It worked on me because at first I called it the Capitol Putsch. Because you had the beer hall putsch in the 1930s, which was one of the events in that caused Hitler to rise to power. So again, it was that confirmation bias. I am a victim of the propaganda. I hate to call myself a victim. Call myself a victim, but I was misled. The whole country was misled by this. Okay, but this propaganda got called out, and some people tried to put a spin on it. I had one friend of mine who said that what did he say to me? This fucking guy said the alarms are going off about our country burning down, and you're upset that they all sound the same.
Yeah. Our country's burning down literally burning down in 2020.
It was literally burning down in 2020.
During
but
the BLM
just think
Antifa
about
riots.
that.
Yeah.
But just think about that for a second, dude.
And the Palisades was
This guy said to me that you're upset. You're more upset that the fire alarms all sound the same instead of the fact that the house, I guess meaning our country, is burning down. I see that. First off, the fact that that's expert level spin, but to then go, but for that to happen, I took that a different way. I was like, okay, so if by house you mean your communist revolution, I flat out told him. I said, if what you mean is your communist revolution, then yeah, I guess it is burning down. I want to see it burn down.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I want to see it burn down.
Bureaucracy, the progressive bureaucracy, and that whole apparatus of them just laundering our money. Yeah, that's burning down. Good. Look, I think there is going to be some pain. I think in the meantime, there's going to be some prices might go up. Some people are going to lose their jobs. Maybe some important jobs might get lost, and then we got to rehire them. But I think that's the way that they do it in the corporate world, and Elon does it. It's like you got to just cut off. I think if he explained it correctly, you kind of just have to cut off the gangrenous arm, and then then you got to then you make the surgical hirings. So that's just the way it's got to be done. I think. I mean, it's probably just the most efficient way, and maybe it's gonna be done very quickly. I mean, it already seems like it's being done very quickly, instead of just a long, decades-long stagnant. I guess there's nothing we can do about it. Just the way it is. Just the system. It's a system. Let's blame the Republicans. Let's blame the Democrats. It's like let's just actually do something for once, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. So let's see what happens. It's better than the alternative of decades of the same shit.
Yeah, exactly. Which they were perfectly fine with. Yeah. With producing.
They were,
but it gets even better because later on. So now let's get to the actual address, and this was great. Like I will say. This was one of the best addresses that I've seen. I was fine with most everything that Trump said. I was hold on, but before there was so much good that was talked about in that speech. That speech really helped me because, like I said, I've been dealing with this passing that's been that I've been the passing of my dear friend and brother.
That just happened yesterday, right? So that was So that's it's fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Yeah,
it's fresh. But see, this is.
I think he boosted a lot of people's spirits yesterday. I think especially conservatives, libertarians, moderates, people who are just sick of the status quo.
Yeah. But when I have said before that Democrats are completely dysregulated.
Yeah. Oh,
Democrats are completely dysregulated, and they
understatement.
absolutely used their time yesterday at this joint session to put their dysfunction and dysregulation on display. I'm gonna and really and it was from the very beginning. So Congressman Al Green, who seems to be the chief mule, one of the chief mules of the Democrat Party. He is a congressman out of Houston, Texas, and I know Houston. I know Houston very well. I got friends down that way. Okay, I don't know what district in Houston he live in.
Shout out to
but
Mike
let me tell
Jones.
y'all something. Yes,
Oh,
shout to
wow.
Mike Jones. Shout
Slim
to
Thug.
shout to screwed up records and tapes. I went there.
Still tipping
Beautiful
on
place.
fofos.
Yeah. Shout to
That's
everybody. And like I said, one of my best friends and his family live down there. And y'all need to fix this shit. Okay. Because Al Green decided to make a whole ass out of himself in this exchange.
The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a
Show the
comeback,
video, Isaiah.
the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps
Yeah, the video
will
showing.
never witness again.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go.
Never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
Stating proof. Because, and let me, and please understand, folks, the reason why the Democrats are so angry about this whole mandate thing. Stephen A. Smith went on The View yesterday.
I gotta see that.
And Joy Behar tried to trip him up with that. I never thought I'd hear myself defending Stephen A. But the one thing y'all have to understand about mandate is that it is a narcissistic injury to the Democrat Party. Remember who we're dealing with. We are dealing with people who are obsessed with communications, optics, like I've said in viral videos of the past, you might have seen it. They are more obsessed with looking good than actually doing good. And so when you lose all the swing states that were up for grabs, okay, it makes them look, it removes the patina of competency that they had around themselves. You can't pretend to be competent. You can't pretend to be the adults in the room when you lose all 7 swing states that were up for grabs.
Yeah,
okay?
you can't pretend like you weren't doing a lot of things that weren't right. Like then you were screwing up quite a bit, and everybody knows it. Like, I mean, you can't pretend that. Like, otherwise, people would have. Especially when you own all of the legacy media and most of social media and all of the institutions. It's like you have enough people that should be baked in to be seeing things in your point of view and your lens, your left wing lens, your Democrat progressive lens, and they still lost all 7 swing states. I mean, and after years, I mean, dude, we're talking about 9 years of making Trump out to be the worst person ever lived on the media, across social media.
Democrat
and they
Party.
still lost. So why did that happen? There has been absolutely no reflection from them, really, true reflection, honest reflection as to why that happened.
The Democrat Party has been in control of the White House for 12 out of the last now 17 years.
17, yeah.
We're in 2025. 2024 was the last 16 years.
16 years.
So you had Obama in 2008 and 2012. You had Trump for a 4-year period, and then you had Biden from 2020 till 2020, from 2021 to 2025.
And when Trump was in office, I mean, he was fighting against like the peak of wokeness. All of legacy media was against him. Independent media wasn't
fighting
as
against.
developed.
He was fighting against the
Impeachments.
uniparty elements in his own party.
Yeah, it's intelligence,
Because remember,
impeachments, FBI. Like, so
Yeah.
they were keeping him busy.
the
Unfortunately,
entire swamp on both sides of the political aisle were keeping that man busy all
when he should have been
4
doing
years as president, when he should have been doing
working for the people.
when he should have been working for the people.
Yeah.
And now what's happening is the exact opposite. He drained the swamp from the very beginning. He sat and watched for 4 years to see exactly who were the malefactors within the party. But again, but again, please understand, you will not be able to understand these fucking people unless you understand that first. We are dealing with narcissists. And when you mention the mandate, when you talk about that, that's one of the reasons why they were doing everything they can to shrink the popular vote count towards the end. Okay? So when you understand that you're dealing with narcissistically injured people, that explains the rest of this.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
They were reminded that's the narcissistic. Here this motherfucker go right here.
USA, USA, USA.
Gutless fucking Democrats, man.
All that patriotism is going to make them
in our
melt.
country, 2,700 to 525. On a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now for the first.
Now, understand when he's pointing like that, he knows. He knew that was going to happen. Trump was going to know. Trump knew that he was going to get that reaction.
Yeah. And it's great. It's very smart because the reaction is so unhinged usually. You know, it's so bitchy and whiny and unhinged and narcissistic that all he has to do is make a couple jokes like the Pocahontas joke, which we'll get to with Liz Warren, like her brain literally boiling while she's sarcastically clapping. It's like she's so mad. And like, you know, if that was me, I would just be like, I would just laugh my ass off. I'd literally be like, that boy funny, man, this stupid Pocahontas joke. But she's just like, you know, and then they can't handle it. Democrats can't handle it. They're so unhinged, man. And he just plays them like a fiddle.
Yeah. And matter of fact, hold on.
Like you said, dysregulated.
He is dysregulated. Well, not Trump, but the Democrats are dysregulated.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You just all you gotta do is say. That's why him and Elon say these like kind of sometimes silly things, joking around, just to troll. They're trolls. They're trolling these people, and they know that they're going to take the bait every time and act ridiculous.
Yeah,
they know it.
But so again, remember, when you look at this through again, I'm going to be I'm going to emphasize this. When you look at this through the lens of narcissistic injury, this all makes sense. So here's Al Green,
first time in modern history,
still shaking his fucking cane.
More Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. On his left. It's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Reality is the narcissistic injury. He lost a lot of weight chasing illegals, didn't he?
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
We had no mandate. That's what he said.
Members
Teen
are
Wolf
engaged
Stat
in
over here,
willful and continuing breach
barking
of
at the president.
decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the sergeant at arms to.
Now look at this. I'm gonna freeze it right there. He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Vance, Trump, Mike Johnson, they all looking at him.
Political
Trump is
theater,
like,
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Trump is like, got you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's smart. That's smart.
You
man.
don't
That's how you
even,
do it.
all they had to do, again, remember, reality is the narcissistic injury.
Mm.
Reality is a narcissistic injury. When you lose 7 swing states, knowing good and fucking well that that y'all considered yourselves the leaders of culture. You had everything. That's the one thing that gets me about these fucking Democrats. These people had everything. They had the institute. They have all the institutions.
Legacy media, newspapers.
They had the media. They have the colleges and universities.
Social media.
They have the entertainment studios.
Hollywood. Yep. Music industry.
They had
Most of them.
Hollywood. They had back channels into the social media companies.
Increasingly K through 12 too. Education.
You had all the education boards.
Yeah, there's no
And
excuse.
not just the ones, even in red states.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No excuse, man. They own all the cities pretty
The
much. So there's all
Democrat
the cultural
Party
centers.
had everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how they react.
And they have Western media
narcissistic
too,
injury.
in Europe too. European media, Canadian media, all of it.
Yeah.
So even if you get your news somewhere else, they're agreeing with them too, and they still lost. I mean, it is really hard to deal with. It's like that. Like I said it before, man. It's truth is not on their side for the most part. It's just not on their side. And the truth is a powerful ally.
Listen, this is right now. The Democrat Party are acting like a stupid, jilted woman. Yeah, I'm gonna go here for a second.
I mean, a lot of them are
stupid,
jilted women. Yeah, like that's
not lots of SSRIs.
And look, and I like before everybody says, "Oh, Isaiah's being or Nick and Isaiah are being sexist." It's like no, there's plenty of smart women, and a lot of them are conservatives and libertarians and moderates out there. But these women are like crazy cat ladies, like JD Vance said. They are. A lot of them are, man. They're just totally confused and histrionic and hysterical. So go ahead, Isaiah. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
This is the kind of behavior that you would expect out of a woman who breaks up with a guy because he don't want to do they find a reason to break up with a guy who won't do, for whatever reason, won't do what you want them to do. Love, manipulate them, do the fuck them every night, twice on Saturday. Okay, and then when you still don't get what you want, so then you try to destroy his life. Okay, then years later, he's living life and doing what he's supposed to do. You go and in your jilted state, you go to try not only to ruin his life, but ruin his ruin his new relationship.
Oh, that happens.
While you marry some dude overseas who you basically try to do the exact same thing with, and then he don't want to go over the way, he don't want to come where you at. When you know damn well you're supposed to go where he's at as a husband. Ask me how I know.
Sounds familiar.
For the mercy, hey, if it wasn't for the mercy of God, I wouldn't have seen any of this. But let's continue. Let's continue.
Hallelujah.
To restore order to the joint session.
Now they gave this motherfucker 3 chances. 3 chances. He's standing there like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Whatever, I do what I want.
Mr. Green, take your seat.
It was worth it.
Take your seat, sir.
Take a seat.
Take your seat.
Take a seat, Teen Wolf.
Finding that members
Breezy,
continue to engage in
breezy,
willful and
pimp
concerted
named
disruption
Slick
of proper
Back
decorum.
Look at it. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah,
He
he's
like,
loving it.
yeah. He like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, he
Because
did.
it takes the narcissist. It takes
Absolutely
the
right.
to know a narcissist.
Indeed.
Okay?
Indeed,
It
brother.
takes the narcissist to know. And he just looking at
Uh-huh.
him like, I mean, for me, I'm like, got you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And,
Dude, honestly, it's an amateur hour for Trump, man. Like Trump's look, Trump's not the perfect person, but Trump's been a businessman since the fucking Jesus Christ, 70s or something, the late 70s, 80s. Dealing with egos, dealing with what's the word? Establishing alpha with egos in a room, making deals, busting balls like he did with Zelensky when Zelensky showed up. And he's like, oh, look, he's all dressed up, right? I don't know if you saw that, but he's been doing this forever. So this is child's play for him, dealing with these crazy cat ladies and these freaking eunuchs, these hysterical eunuchs and frauds that are sitting there, just so easy to rile up, so easy to just pull the string, and then they're like,
gotta pop a blue chew, pop a blue chew just to get up in the morning.
Can't handle that, and he's just sitting there he's like, here we go, look at him.
When the truth is right, when the truth is on, but it's just like you said. When the truth is on your side, you can do that.
People will see the truth.
If I know that 2 + 2 equals 4, that it's always going to equal 4, that it has always equaled 4, and that it will always equal 4. When dealing with assholes who believe that 2 + 2 equals 5 in certain cases, what do you think is going to happen? Reality don't give a fuck about your feelings.
Yeah.
Reality does not care about the narratives that you've carefully crafted over a period of years.
Your woke bullshit.
So it's now the denouement.
Quorum, the chair now directs the sergeant at arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Look at these people behind him too. Dejected.
Yeah.
Powerless.
So old ass out of there.
Hope it was worth it, man.
Hope it's worth it. You 80 years old acting a fucking fool like this.
You got his name in the paper.
78, sorry.
Yeah.
Get out. Shaking your cane. Get out. Get the fuck out.
He looks like an old school pimp, man.
Members are directed to.
But I'll tell you this. If you notice, he was the only one that they had to remove out of there last night.
That's true.
They didn't remove anyone else.
Everybody shut their damn mouth.
But again, that's the power of natural consequences. When you tell
I'm sure some people are going to be like, oh my God, he's a fascist for kicking him out. It's like, no, those are the rules of the goddamn House of the Congress. And the president's talking, man. Like, that's just the rules. But I'm sure some people are thinking, oh my God, what a fascist. He kicked him out. It's free speech. What about free speech? Like, actually, I did see that. I did see somebody tweet that or something today, like some big account saying, what about free speech? Like, what are you going to have? You can have a joint session speech or State of the Union speech where the whole country's watching and you just have some Democrats yelling the whole time. It's like, no, you can't have that. You got to have decorum. People need to be able to communicate. It's like, what is wrong with you? It's not about free speech in this situation. It's about the time and place.
Yeah. What gets me crazy is the fact that these people, again, y'all, they really thought that there was not going to be any consequences. They thought they could just do whatever they want to do, keep going. Again, they're stuck on Biden time. Okay. I thought this was insightful. A friend of mine on here posted this, wrote this really cool thread. David Chavis. I actually want to showcase this because I think he was fantastic. I'm gonna just put that up here. Thread, and I actually gave him a Thread of the Year candidate award. David Chavis.
To be
You can
fair,
follow
Isaiah,
him.
you're very generous with that award.
They don't fuck. Yeah, they don't
You give that award out every other day.
yeah. But you know what though? The way I look at it is,
But these are good threads. They are good threads.
They're very good threads. They're very good threads. And if you just go Thread of the Year candidate under my X handle, guess what? You get them all, I guess.
That makes sense. Yep.
Thread. Trump. He wrote this morning, and David did absolutely amazing. Thread.
Yeah, this is a good thread.
Trump has two major weaknesses. One, he is a salesman who makes stupid, hyperbolic statements. Two, he is a narcissist sensitive to slights. How did his speechwriters handle these issues? They turned the tables with the argument, I know nothing I say will make you happy. So now let me set the context for that. Let me just look for it real quick. Yeah, I want to set the, here we go. Found it. So I want to share this. Is this still going? Oh God, I've been doing this the whole time. Shit. This is honestly why I need more practice with production on the fly with these impromptu sessions. Again, I do apologize. We're gonna get better at this. So the context of what David was talking about is here.
And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to.
Now, before I go any further, you can hear them already starting to get agitated. You can hear them getting agitated. You can hear them just starting up like they're already starting to tighten up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
The Democrats are. They're already getting angry. They're already starting to get worked up. Oh, they're already starting to get worked up. And then it just continues. Okay. Here we go.
To the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here.
It's the truth. It's the truth. I mean,
oh yeah, 100%.
What can you do? I mean, and here's something that I was talking about a while ago. Okay. When you made a truth teller out of this guy. Sorry, Dems, you made a truth teller out of Donald Trump. You've been making a truth teller out of him.
Yeah.
For years.
Abraham Accords is a good example of what he's talking about. Like that should have been Nobel Peace Prize stuff. You know, if they actually got to sign that, and they were about to. And if that was Obama, I mean, Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize just for getting elected, which is crazy. You know,
Exactly.
if that was Biden, that would have been Nobel Peace Prize for him. But
Yeah.
Trump did it, and like the media doesn't talk about it really, barely. Don't really give him much credit. So if they ever do, it's offhanded. You think they would give him more credit for closing up the border? That what Biden said, you know, can't be done. I need legislation, and he did it in a freaking week. It's like you'd be like, well, I guess Biden was. If you're honest media, you'd like, you know, I guess Biden was lying about that, man. Trump did it, and you know, good job. You know, he did it. He said what he's gonna do. And the media, you don't really hear too much of that.
Nope. But why would they? Why would they say anything? They can't. Giving credit we're giving proper credit where credit is due, take something that, again, narcissistic Dems are incapable of doing, which is because, again, they're all look, they're obsessed with optics, they're obsessed with to the machine. That's on display here. Orthodoxy to the machine. Which is what so here's how you end up with shit like this, right? Before Trump got into the meat of his speech, he pointed out that he could do anything like cure cancer, and Democrats would still hate him. Now Democrats could have proven him wrong by realizing that a trap had been set. Democrats never saw the bullet coming. During the rest of the speech, and we may or may not get to some other points before I got to go for work. During the rest of the speech, Trump was a roller coaster of hyperbole. I'm just like George Washington, and I've gotten more done in 6 weeks than presidents that got done in their entire terms. Showmanship and cogent arguments, whether you agree with them or not. Do you recall all of his ridiculous hyperbole? Probably not, because the focus of the speech was a spotlight on the Dems and their silly paddles. Remember the cut, the camera cut over to the Democrats and their silly fucking ping pong paddles. Little virtue signal paddles. Trump makes a young cancer survivor, and I do want to talk about this. Makes a young cancer survivor an honorary Secret Service agent. Democrats can't even stand or clap for the kid. Like, y'all got to understand, this is who they are now. You can say whatever you want. We can sit up and pretend like this is a viable political party. But I'm telling you right now, it's not. The Democrats right now are cruising for an even worse shift in 2026. Y'all are going to lose. I'm telling you right now, y'all are going to lose even more. You're going to deserve it too. There's going to be several of y'all that's going to be in jail for some of the things that you've done, some of the corruption that you facilitated. You all right over there, Nose? Can you hear me? Nose. I think I might have lost him. Oh, crap. He's frozen. Oh, boy. These people, you've lost nearly, you've lost the House, you lost the Senate, you've got a 6-3 predominantly conservative Supreme Court, and you've got a president of the United States that you tried to lock up. You tried to lock him up. You tried to throw that man in jail. You tried to kill him. You did try to kill him. And despite your best efforts, you did your worst, and now this guy is president of the United States. All of his cabinet appointments have been confirmed. Most of them anyway, and they're doing their job. Okay? Most of these people are doing their jobs, and they are not swamp creatures. In fact, they are all people. All of Trump's appointments, all of Trump's cabinet members are people who the machine state tried to destroy. And now the American people are seeing you even more for what you are than you could have ever imagined. And then you just walked right into the trap. You walk right in, and now people see you. And now everyone's looking at you crazy. You even have faithful Democrats looking at you funny. Faithful voters who are looking at you like, what? What was that? Nick, I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, I lost. So you didn't lose connection, right? So it must have been me then. I must have just I think my internet just died.
Yeah, Boost Mobile. Yeah, Boost Mobile for internet. I didn't even know they did internet. Like, what the fuck? So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this little boy. This young man by the name of DJ Daniel. Okay, DJ Daniels. This kid, this little boy was a star, was made a star last night amongst several people. But I want to talk about him specifically because of his unique situation. This is a young kid. This is a 13-year-old little boy from Texas, in fact, from Houston, ironically, who is he is terminally ill with brain cancer. Here's a little bit of a video explaining who he is a little bit. DeVarjay Daniel.
DeVarjay DJ Daniel has been sworn into 821 law enforcement agencies. He says it's his dream to join his heroes.
Is there video, Isaiah?
Accomplish with the time he has left.
What did I
It's
not?
popping up.
Did it not pull up?
It's not popping up for me.
Hold on. There we go.
There we go. There's that boy.
Oh my God. I gotta get better at this. Hold on. Here we go.
DeVarjay DJ Daniel has been sworn into 821 law enforcement agencies. He says it's his dream to join his heroes, a dream he wants to accomplish with the time he has left.
DeVarjay's had 13 brain surgeries, advanced stages of cataracts. There's no cure for his cancer. It's all the way down to his spine, brain and spine.
DJ's father says he fights for his life every day, but he does it with a smile.
What's sad, man? What a cute kid, huh?
Young man want to be law enforcement at his age. You know, that's also, like I said, testimony on top of a blessing. With his rare conditions, he still wants to push through and be an officer. You know, that's, you know, I'm still kind of a little goosebump a little bit about it.
DJ and his father started with a goal of 100 police departments, but at more than 800, they plan to keep going.
Pretty much, I'm not going to stop until my gas tank goes out. And God calls me home.
The city of Mansfield holds city council meetings twice a month. Mayor Thomas Jones says this was the most touching meeting he's ever conducted.
Sometimes, you know, you can take this and it can just have you down, but I'm glad this chosen to make this a positive thing and bring it right here to the city of Mansfield. I'm just elated that this happened today. This was a very great day for our city.
Mansfield holds a special place. In
Mansfield,
DJ and
Louisiana. Okay.
We're from.
I was wrong.
Yeah, his dad's wearing a Texas shirt, I thought.
A long time ago, way back in the early 1900s, my grandfather and them and his brothers had to leave Mansfield and walk to center. And that's where one of my uncles was lynched. They made a postcard and it circulated all over the country.
DJ gave children who want to be recognized like him.
Stay out of trouble.
Hold on. I gotta run that back a bit.
We're from here.
This happened today. This was a very great day for our city.
Mansfield holds a special place in DJ and his father's heart.
We're from here. So a long time ago, way back in the early 1900s, my grandfather and them and his brothers had to leave Mansfield and walk to center. And that's where one of my uncles was lynched. They made a postcard and it circulated all over the country.
DJ gave advice to children who want to be recognized like him.
Stay out of trouble. Stay out of jail. Listen to your parents. Obey your parents. And always pray to God. And have faith in yourself.
Kid's real mature, man, and wise. You know,
you gotta when you are the literal definition of borrowed time, you gotta be.
Yeah, exactly, man. He's that's life came at him fast and he's adapted, man. Like that's a kid's real impressive. impressive spirit, you know.
My nephew's a little older than him. My oldest nephew is 15, but this touched me primarily because of, I would say, it reminds me of the brevity of life, right? And how this little he utilizes every single minute of his life, because he don't know when he has anymore. This little boy lives his life to the fullest because he has to, and he wants to live his dream as best as he can. It reminds me a lot of Mo Gabba. I don't know if you know who Mo Gabba is. Mo Gabba was this other young man who had cancer real bad. He had the cancer actually destroyed his sight, and he was real sick, and he used to call in to radio shows like sports radio shows all the time. He was beloved by the Baltimore Orioles and the Baltimore Ravens. And he passed away, and he had a very special relationship with a now former Baltimore Oriole, Trey Mancini, who is a cancer survivor. Okay. So to see that, like this kid DJ Daniels reminds me of Mo Gabba. The Baltimore Ravens, in fact, in one of our home end zones at M&T Bank Stadium, one of the end zones that says Baltimore in it, Mo is emphasized specifically for him. You probably noticed if you've ever seen a Ravens game. But yeah, like his name is in Baltimore, Baltimore. So, there's a lot of there's a lot of Mo that I see in DJ Daniels. And so last night, this little boy was made an honorary Secret Service agent.
The excitement in his face, man, is really really heartwarming. You know, it was a really nice gesture from the president.
Yeah. And again, like, this is so let me just make sure this is the
I put it in the sheet if you're looking for the video.
Well, okay. The White House also made a video.
Okay. Well, here's the
White House also made a video, and I want to play that real quick. I want to do this before I go.
Okay.
Before we get to the one
DJ Daniel, right? Is his name?
Yeah, this is DJ Daniel. This is DJ Daniels. And this is a White House video that came out for him.
Craziest part, because my mom bathes me and my brothers all together, and out of nowhere I locked up, and then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me," and then I started to act, I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow, and then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital, and then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "No, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I'd like to thank President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, he sounds like an adult, man. It's crazy in a lot of ways. I mean, I see a lot of adults that sound a lot more childish than he does. That's for sure. Frequently.
So then, last night, that this young man was this young man was honored. He was honored by the president. He was I'm trying to find the video now.
I put a clip in the comments, Isaiah, which I think is what you're looking for.
Oh, okay.
From Robbie Starbuck. It's a tweet or post.
Yeah. I got it.
It's a short one. There might be a longer one actually, but there's I'll see if I can find a longer one in the meantime.
Yeah.
DJ Daniel honored. Let's see if I can find something like that popping up.
Yeah. I want to see one where he's announcing. Where he's actually announcing.
No. Let me see. It's just like pictures. Oh, I think this is the full one, maybe. Let me just see. Yeah, okay. I think this might be it. Let me send this to you in the comments. This is from Houston police officer. Yeah, that's okay. This is the next one. HPOUTX. You'll see in the tweet, the link.
Okay.
So this one's a longer one. This is like for 3 minutes. I think it's the whole thing. I think so. Okay. I think it's the whole thing.
I'm scrolling through. I'm scrolling like on my end.
Yep.
Trying to find something.
I think that's probably the best one. If you want the long one, the one I did.
Here we go.
Before,
I found it. Okay. I found a good one.
Okay.
This will be a good one to use. Hold on. Stop that. Share the tab. All right, hold on. Let me just get out of this. Bear with me a second here. All right, so here we go.
I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Look at his face, man. Oh my God, he's so excited. That's so awesome. What a nice moment. It's a great moment for a kid who's been dealt a really bad hand of cards, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's able to get through it, man. Hopefully they can figure something out for him.
I pray this boy's. I pray for this boy. I do.
He's brave though, man. I feel like he's strong. He's ready. He's ready whenever. He doesn't seem that scared about it. He's I think he's just wise beyond his years and his experiences, I think, in his situation makes him that way. And I think he's just like, yeah, well, it's time runs out for everybody, and it's gonna be God will call me, and he has faith, and that's most important, man. I really do think that's most important. But it is very sad for especially his family too.
Yeah.
Imagine your son,
And let me get myself together real quick, because the reason
Isaiah's getting emotional right now, guys. I don't know if you people won't see this, especially if we put it on a podcast. And his friend, one of his brother, just passed away yesterday, so it's definitely hitting him.
But see, it's not just that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this kid is the living embodiment of James chapter 4, verse 14. What is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little while and then vanisheth away. It's one of the very first Bible verses I learned when I was a kid. Shout to Kevin Carter, my pop, and my mom Robin for raising me right. So when I see that, Democrats couldn't even stand for that boy. We're
crazy.
Talking about the political party that, again, Black people are hopelessly married to the Democrat Party in ways that I cannot even, that I can't fathom. You know how many stories I've heard from people when they say that when it was their time, when they were old enough to vote, their parents told them, you vote Democrat. We black. We vote in Democrat. We don't vote for Republicans. Republicans are racist. This is what they say, right? This is what black people have been groomed to believe for years.
It's true.
I left. I went through a rebellious phase in my late 20s, early 30s, and for 15 years, I supported the Democrat Party faithfully. I believed everything that the Democrat Party told me. I thought I had all the answers. And then I started to see that they were lying to me. That they were lying to the people. That they were throwing us. This they keep throwing out. This is what they keep throwing out to the front lines whenever they want to advance a political agenda. You think it was a coincidence that when they first started pushing trans on everybody on Time Magazine, they put Laverne Cox on there? The black trans woman.
Yeah, you hear that a lot, man. Black trans lives matter. You hear that mantra a lot. It's like,
you think it's a fucking coincidence that the very first Democrat that got kicked off, the first and only Democrat that got kicked off the floor of the House was a black man by the name of Al Green. Do you think it's a coincidence that this ghetto girl, this Soros plant, this ghetto girl, Jasmine Crockett, who, by the way, went to a $20,000 a year high school.
Oh,
she
in that ghetto,
fraud. That bitch is a fraud.
That's a lot of money for high school.
She's paid very, very, very handsomely by George and Alex Soros to do this whole ghetto girl act, this lip popping, finger snapping. I don't know what. I can't stand these Republicans. They some racist motherfuckers. Elon Musk, she's trying to be the next Maxine Waters. In the DEI industrial complex. Sure, 76% of your chief diversity officers are white, and 54.5% of those are white women. But who are usually the front line workers? Who are usually the trainers, the staff? Black women. How do I know? I dated one. I watched it. How many times did I listen to this woman's comment, to this woman have conversations with friends of hers about how she was tired of the white people who were editing her fucking work. Editing her work, doing it and putting together all these little. She had a white male supervisor, and the and the CEO of the nonprofit she worked for was a white woman. Go fucking figure. So my point is, Dems have been married to these motherfuckers for generations at this point. And so when you break from the cage, like so many have done, of course there are going to be some people who get upset about it. They get pissed because they see a freestanding individual. They see a freestanding black man, a freestanding black woman, and they go completely insane. They go completely insane. What? No, I didn't want to see this. I didn't want to see this. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. I did not need to see that. That's something I bookmarked it. But I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this video because MSNBC, which is you want to talk about the SSRI most broken network between the two corporate cable news networks, left-leaning, that is. They're the worst. They're the most broken. MSNBC.
Jeez. Yeah.
They have no identity anymore besides we are not Trump, we are communist.
They're about to get kicked out. They're about to get kicked out by the Democrats too. I mean, the far left is like, everybody knows that's what you got to do for them to have any kind of future, is they have to kick out the far left, and that's MSNBC.
They have to. Well, yeah. But but here's the thing: they are not learning. I'm saying this right now. There's a reason why they love Zelensky so much. And the reason why they were egging on Zelensky to reject peace deals. Because this is a fucking death cult. We are talking about some misanthropic motherfuckers.
It's true.
Because only misanthropy and a hatred of life would make you utter something so ridiculous as this.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people. But I think this was a lesson.
Wow. Well, she started off okay, and then she good God, she had to bring him back to January 6th. So the kid's got a terminal cancer, and she's got to bring it back to January 6th and make a political point about like a small minority of people who acted crazy, who were also seemingly I think it's pretty much clear now they were pushed by FBI, CIA undercover agents to do that sort of thing, and it's just a few extremists, really, honestly, and some people maybe got carried away, and they try to act like that's like the majority of Trump supporters that got a little carried away or whatever, and then some of them were let in the freaking building too, as we saw. So there's a lot of horse shit going on with that whole situation January 6th, but they don't want to recognize any of that. But the fact that she brought that, the fact that she like had to bring the kid, this poor kid, DJ Daniel, who's suffering from terminal cancer, and just leave it at that, leave it at a decent, like, hey, I hope he lives a long time and we all love him, whatever. And then she has to bring it back to make a political point. It's pretty fucking depraved.
I hope all of you understand the amount of brokenness and the amount of wickedness required to make a statement like that. I hope every single one of you can understand how absolutely broken you have to be to, in less than 10 seconds, go from wishing this boy a long life to then wishing death on him in a backhanded way. That is what that is. It takes a certain level of depravity to say, I hope he lives a long life, but then to turn right around and go, well, I hope he doesn't, I hope he doesn't I hope he doesn't kill himself from having to deal with Trump supporters going at the Capitol. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have to understand is, and some of you might already, Donald Trump is term limited according to the 22nd Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. Check me on that, Nos, because I want to make sure that I think this is either the 22nd or the 24th Amendment.
I got you. Limits, 22nd Amendment to the United States Constitution limits presidents to 2 terms in office. It was ratified in 1951.
1951, yeah.
No person can be elected president more than twice. So he just got elected twice.
There you have it. So there you have it.
Well, these idiots think he's going to quote unquote shred the Constitution. So
I want to ask y'all something. In what world would a boy like DJ Daniels have to deal with another January 6th? An FBI DHS PSYOP that was performed in direct defiance of the sitting president of the United States. Donald Trump cannot run for president again, according to the 22nd Amendment, as per the 22nd Amendment. So this is where you go. That's the low. That's the low that you decide to go.
There's another low, but I don't know if you knew this, but I'm reading an article about that exact situation we just watched, and apparently Rachel Maddow bizarrely, I'm reading from the New York Post, bizarrely accused Trump of being disgusting.
And finding one thing that you let yourself feel.
Say that again, sorry.
Yeah, Rachel Maddow bizarrely accused Trump of being disgusting for spotlighting DJ's heroic battle with disease, which the youngster had initially been warned would kill him in months. Quote, this is from Rachel Maddow. For the record, and this is disgusting, the president made a spectacle of praising a young man who's thus far survived pediatric cancer as if the president had something to do with that. The lefty host raged. I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? He's just giving his kid props and trying to make him feel good. I didn't see that part. Like, what are you talking about? You that desperate? Are you guys that MSNBC? Are you that desperate that to try to score some kind of points from this total debacle for the Democrats in this joint session speech from Trump, that you're gonna like spin it as Trump is pretending to cure cancer now from him? That's really what she said. He's trying to make a spectacle. I mean, he's giving the kid he's trying to make him feel good and make, he's a kid who's battling terminal cancer. What he did was really nice, really good, and the kid is very happy about it. So what the fuck are you talking about? That's it.
You have to, this machine state must be dismantled.
bananas.
This entire operation must be dismantled. Every single bit of it.
TDS,
I want
man.
this,
TDS
I
is real.
want this. This goes beyond TDS. This is satanic energy at this point. This is satanic energy. I don't even. I'm gonna go there for a second. Wishing death indirectly on your political on when you politicize the term the pediatric cancer of a 13-year-old boy, you are being demonic. When you spin the perseverance of a 13-year-old boy who is the literal embodiment of borrowed time, you are of a demonic spirit. I never thought I would go here, but this is what we're dealing with.
No, that's true.
We are dealing with people who are in the upside down.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, that's true, man. Many ways.
And the only thing that is saving this country right now is the fact that we are leaving these motherfuckers behind. God is going to have the last word on this. God, these people have to stand before God. Forget, we can get angry. I can lose my shit, and I've done that many, many times. But ultimately, these people got to stand before God. You are going to have, you will have to stand before God after saying such demonstrably evil things.
Yeah.
And all I'm going to say is this: your doom is sure. The narcissistic injury got y'all saying crazy stuff out your face. And listen, I keep going. Keep going. That is our time today. I want to thank y'all for watching today, this afternoon. Please make sure that you like, subscribe. Please follow us at Apostate Radio NY. You can reach Mr. Nostra Chavez at Nostra Chavez on X. You can reach me at Isaiah L. Carter.
And on YouTube too, Isaiah L. Carter.
And on YouTube,
subscribe on YouTube.
We're gonna
be more active on there.
We're gonna be more. I'm gonna be more active on there, but we're also gonna build.
We're doing a new one. Okay.
We're gonna build. I'm gonna build a new YouTube channel just to have something like specifically for us for the show.
That makes sense. Yeah, we can just move those videos over there too, or just copy.
We can, yeah.
So good. That's a good move.
Go to buymeacoffee.com/apostate radio. Let me put that up real quick. Shout to them. They are a great organization. We appreciate
We love our
them.
coffee, guys. We love our coffee.
We love our coffee. Yes, we need plenty of coffee. I got a wedding to pay for. Yeah, we both got our coffee cups, and I got a wedding to pay for.
I got bills to pay too, man.
I only halfway joking. But yeah, y'all can reach us at all these different places. Yes, we get Isaiah L. Carter, Nostra Chavez. Thank you so much for joining us. We had 2,141 people in the chat, and we thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for all of your support. We will see you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Not bad for a Wednesday morning, afternoon, huh?
Tell me.
Thanks for joining us, guys.